from with the safety grade. Overall, defensively, Vince, what are you giving this class?
Well, I gave the safeties a C. But overall, for me, this is like an A- class for me. Because the defensive front is really good. The linebackers are off the charts. The corners are really good. Like, yeah, the safety's bad, but that's only a piece of the puzzle, right? Overall, I love this defensive class. And what it says to me is that, Marcus Freeman knows how to recruit. I mean, plain and simple, right? And I'm very excited to see what he can do with classes moving forward when he actually can touch both sides of the ball. And he actually said in his press conference today that he wants both sides of the ball coaches talking to both sides of the ball. He wants more intermingling and movement and getting to know more guys.
Which is going to be important because the offensive staff has been the more discombobulated one. Talking to high school coaches and recruits.
Sure.
The offensive staff never seemed like they were on the same page with each other. The defensive staff, I'm told, was just like a machine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a well-oiled machine. Now, it helps that you've got a D coordinator like Marcus Freeman, and the fact that your recruiting coordinator is also a defensive coach. But that's going to be part of the maturation process for Tommy Rees.
And the guy that they brought in to be the defensive recruiting coordinator or whatever, right?
He was there from
Marcus Freeman
from jump. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He knew what Coach Freeman wanted. Where Dre Brown kind of has a learning curve. He's got to get to know the coaches. He didn't know anybody.
Sure, yeah.
Chad Bowden shows up and he's just like, "Okay, Marcus, let's keep doing what we've been doing. Who are the guys we're going after?"
Exactly. Kind of so there was more continuity there, for sure. But yeah,
there's no one on defense that won't work. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And all those guys are intact. They're not going anywhere, and they're going to add one, I would assume, at some point. But whoever they're going to bring in is going to mesh. I mean, the bottom line. So, so as a class, I love this defensive class. I do. I was going to love it regardless. But the big picture of it for me is because Marcus Freeman was an instrumental part of putting this class together, specifically the linebackers, who you gave an A+ to. I can't wait to see what he does on the offensive side.
Right.
So
I had to go A- because I feel like with Devin Moore, it's an A. Without Devin Moore, it's an A-, because I can't give you an A when one of the position groups is a C+.
Yeah.
And we've said that safety is a much more important position now in college football than it was a few years ago because of the spread and teams isolation.
You could hide guys in safety in the past.
It's harder to do that now.
Yeah.
It's harder to do that now.
You could put a smallish linebacker at safety and get away with it in the past, right? Because it's coming down the alleys, Tom Zibikowski, for example. Right. I mean, and look, I love Tommy.
Yeah, he's a rover in today's
Yeah, exactly. He's not a safety. So yeah.
But you gotta be careful of that, because I said something about Tom Zibikowski recently and it caught some fire in the chat. People were not happy. I didn't think he was.
Tommy was
the greatest safety in the history of Notre Dame football.
Hey, he was one of my favorite players, man. Bar none, my favorite player. But he would struggle in today's.
Yeah, he struggled against good passing teams back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But man, he was fun to watch, though.
Man, no question.
All right, Mike.